Hello! We are looking at one of our most favorite trees ever. Steve always says I can't pick because it's true. I really say that about every kind of tree possible because I love them all so much, including past here, that big cottonwood. Totally one of my BFFs. But this one here, you've heard us talk about a lot. This is American persimmon. And I just wanted to share the story of this tree here for a moment. We have probably 50 or more persimmon trees on this 3.5 acres, plus all the other trees and shrubs because we're completely obsessed with them. And after learning that 70 to 80% will be male and that we could graft onto some of those males eventually so that we have more females, we thought, well, why not? We needed to either way increase our odds of actually getting a female. And we have planted all straight seeds, so Diospyros americana, all over this property. And I think we have 4 grafted, and they're all Yates, and they've done so. One started to put on 2 fruits last year, and then almost all of the persimmons here this spring got zapped. We had a pretty mild winter other than 2 weeks of crazy cold, like 1 degree, -20 wind chill, and then otherwise it was pretty mild. And then everybody got excited and we had one day of 28 degrees Fahrenheit, totally within our frosting dates, but everybody had leafed out, and the persimmons took a huge hit, and so did the pawpaws and the sumac. I've mentioned some of these before, our spikenard, but what I wanted to show you on this one is that it did get zapped, and you can tell a big difference in the leaves between the leaves that did not get zapped and those that did. And just as a quick side note, the persimmons that did not leaf out at all because they were just very delayed due to genetic diversity, which is awesome, it's what it's all about, they didn't get zapped at all. And I'm going to zoom into one of those. So all the leaves on that one are about the same size. And on this one, all these leaves are about the same size because this whole branch got zapped. And when I say zapped, I mean they froze. The leaves froze, they died, they turned brown, they fell off, and the tree had to start over on all those. But right up here on this, you can see that a few of these leaves, maybe they weren't even out of the buds yet, they did not freeze. And look how much bigger they are. I'm pretty sure these were out, so they must have just been high enough, or the air current was such that these didn't freeze. But then these that did, look at that. Well, there's 2 right next to each other. Total size difference. So we were thinking that this one was going to flower this year, and it actually did have a bunch of flower buds, and this branch still does. Look, let me get in there. Oh, right in the middle, those are male flowers. So we were hoping that this was going to be a female because it is right next to the path, but alas, no. Now, why this one has that big gap in the middle, I have no idea. We're just kind of letting them do their thing for now, and then we'll help them out over time if needed. But we did find when we're tubing these types of things, we have to protect them from the deer in some areas here, so we've made the cages a lot taller, but they can't be too tight because that bopping around like this in the wind is so important. We have some that are way too wimpy because the cages were too tight, or we tied them to a fence post like right here because the winds really pushed them over, but then they didn't get any of that strengthening that happens within the tree cells. So there you have it. Don't make the cages too tight, and just plant as many, I would say, of everything that you can to ensure that you have that genetic diversity to be able to deal with these different climates and different weather patterns that are happening. And these were even northern genetics, New York genetics, and 3 of them, we got 4 from them. 3 got frozen, were frozen, sorry about that, and 1 did not leaf out. So pretty cool. That's where it is, the genetic diversity, everybody. Make sure it's there. We can do it. We can have a helping hand.